believe you need a course. Whenever you're ready, I will be willing to school you. And then, he left me alone. And then I kept laughing at him, but fuck it. What did you add at the end of this?
I didn't add none.
All right, Tent City.
Oh, Charlotte.
Oh my God.
Ain't even no shout out because this is really sad. If y'all don't know, okay, I'm gonna give it background because whatever.
My topic to talk about.
Oh, you see how she do?
Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead then.
No, go ahead.
No, you can talk about the next one because I don't know nothing about the next one. So,
I love that.
Okay, so for if people who don't know, if you're not in Charlotte, I'm pretty sure most major cities have homeless issues going on, right? Mm-hmm. Especially LA.
Have you ever been to Toronto? It's crazy.
Crazy in Toronto too?
Wild. It's wild.
So like big cities have homelessness going on, right? Mm-hmm. We live in Charlotte. If you guys didn't know, shout out to the Queen City, but I don't know if we shout out them for this part. But anyway, they have a major homeless issue going on, and it got worse during COVID because of course people lost their jobs, people have lost their homes, like people going through real life shit. So there's this area in Charlotte where all the homeless people have basically made a city, and they call it Tent City because the city actually provided these tents for these people to live in outside.
Yeah.
My question is, I don't know why they just didn't provide them with rooms or housing or anything like that, but that's besides the point. They provided this place for them, and it's by the actual men's shelter. It's actually near the men's shelter. Y'all ain't gonna know because y'all ain't from Charlotte. If you do know, you know where it's at. And it literally has gotten worse. I literally was driving on 277 going home.
You can see it.
And I seen that shit from the road, and I was like, I literally shed tears because that is so sad to me. I literally wish I had enough money in this fucking world to help these people out because this shit is ridiculous. So the other day, was it yesterday or was it the day before Dago?
They gotta be gone by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yep.
Day before yesterday had 72 hours, which is what, 3 days? Mm-hmm. They had 3 days to leave Tent City because they have a rodent infestation. These people don't have a home. They don't care about no goddamn rats. Yeah. Like, where are these people supposed to go? Like, they literally gave these people 72 hours to vacate.
Their lives. Their lives are in the...
Evacuate.
Both, I mean,
basically.
Yeah.
Evacuate this area. And it's like, where are they supposed to go? Like, what the fuck are they supposed to do? Like, I don't understand. Like, this shit is literally, it's sad. It's literally sad to me because it's like, I literally wish I could do something. And I know I can do something. Like, you can donate, obviously. You can bring food. Like, literally me and a friend went down there because he had like extra food that he had cooked. And we dropped off food. He dropped off clothes at the shelter, at the men's shelter. So it's like, we trying to play a little bit a part of trying to do something to give back. But it's like, we got to do more.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Well, the city can't gentrify an area if you got homeless people there.
Y'all hear Gavin? He's speaking facts over here now.
I don't know if a lot of people know. So, before the pandemic happened, the men's shelter was overcrowded. There's one that's literally... If you go on towards Uptown and you get on Statesville, it's one like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, yeah, like near... Music Factory?
I don't know. Yeah, it's one over there.
That's my camera. What you mean?
I know. I gotta go get it. Keep talking, Key.
Okay. I'll keep talking. So I have seen Ohavia. Shout out to Ohavia because I done shout her out twice today.
Let me just give her a little side.
Go ahead,
If she doesn't listen. Honestly,
I'm gonna tag her in the post if Gavin posts.
You know how some people are just the sweet, and she's not gonna know who I am. She may remember me, but I used to work on. I used to work somewhere, and she was she worked at a corner market. Yeah, and I remember going. I hated this job, and I used to go in. And she used to be like, hello, beautiful. How you doing today? And I used to be like, God damn it, bitch. You just made my day. I'm sorry, not bitch. But you just made my day. Like, she was literally the sweetest person I have ever met in my life. And then I ran into her again when she worked somewhere else. And I was like, I want you to know that you impacted me. Like, I've never met anyone sweeter than you. So then just last week, someone reposted her. And I said, I've been looking for her. So shout out to her because she's literally
Shout
the sweetest person. Like she literally made my day.
Yeah, she really is. And so I met her through my girl Majesty. Shout out to Majesty. She is an influencer, and y'all know I hate that word, but
yes.
But I love Majesty. We used to work together, and she is the only person
She's
that
a real influencer
I will
too.
ever consider an influencer, because she is real genuine. She like know her shit. She know what the fuck she's talking about. Anyway, I met her through one of her events, and so ever since then,
The influence, igniting you,
ignite your influence. So I went to
know
her program, and that's where I met Ohavia. Ohavia is really dope. She has a great personality. I might bring her. I might ask her to come on the podcast.
I already invited
She
her.
already know. Did you? She gonna come?
I shot her.
I know. That's why
She is well. We got to get a date for her, but
Okay.
she's mad cool. She is
She
super
is.
nice. I met her randomly, and I met her on a shoot, and she was funny as shit.
She is hilarious, bruh.
Once she found out that Karina was Puerto Rican, she started asking me too many Hispanic questions.
Oh my God.
I had no answer. I did not. And then
Because she's from New York too, ain't she?
Yeah, but she's Afro Latina. She gave me a breakdown. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But it was
I didn't
too
know
deep.
she was Afro Latina.
I
That's
didn't know
nice.
either.
And she don't play.
Yeah. Oh,
she
she
read
don't.
both sides equally.
Love
like
that.
she's really on it, and she's mad cool. But
She is.
I saw her be Simone comments and
Yeah,
all this
yeah.
this stuff here that we're talking about. And I guess going back what I was saying about 10 City.
Yeah,
10
back to that.
Yeah. Oh
10
yeah.
City sucks because in that area where they're at, there's talks of hotels going on up over there.
Yep.
More condos.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but they can't do that when those people
Are there?
are there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what the problem is that Charlotte has a housing problem.
Yeah. Oh. Man,
the
this
price-
podcast is gonna be 3 hours long.
The price of affordable housing here sucks. And it's literally trash.
And we don't okay, for people who are listening in other places, we're not comparing affordable housing to a luxury condo. We don't want you to say, well, in Chicago it costs this much.
Right.
To live in a high rise. Yes. We're
Absolutely.
just talking about affordable everyday housing.
True.
My brother lived with me for 3 years because I was concerned that what he was able to afford by himself was not going to be livable. I was like,
Yeah.
listen, you aren't going to be able to live anywhere nice for
Yeah.
this amount of money that you can spend.
It
you know?
sucked. It sucked when my wife's family was thinking about moving here. They're here now, but when they were thinking about moving here, my wife was like, "Yo, just to give y'all a heads up, it's not cheap to
At
get
all.
here. Like, it's where. Let me put it like this:
I need some water.
when Key stays in my apartment complex,
His older
I'm
apartment
like, you
complex.
live here.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
his
my
older
older
complex, and they don't win.
So-
shit high. I need a house.
when I first moved there, it was $620 to stay.
Guess how much keep paying?
It ain't $620, is it?
It's 9 something.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how much I'm paying.
We already know.
It's Plaza
You
Midwood.
live uptown.
Yeah.
Plaza Midwood,
That's
so.
and so what they're trying to do, a lot of people don't understand. Charlotte is trying to expand what is considered uptown.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
really believe in the next 5 years, Plaza is going to be considered uptown.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Plaza Midwood. So it's going to be uptown. It's going to be a neighborhood within uptown.
Do you see where they're trying to push Noda to?
Yeah,
Bro,
like,
edge of Noda. I'm like, this is North Tryon. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
it's going to happen. So you got to get in where you fit in. So what happened is we have 140 people allegedly that stay in Tent City. According
that's
to
it? That's what they say.
That's what they say.
It look like it's more.
It
than
looks
It,
like it's
it
more
does
than that.
look like it's more. They don't fucking know.
They don't.
These niggas been lying for the last
Forever.
48 hours, but forever. But the last 48 hours,
They
they've been
definitely-
lying.
yep.
I called my mom yesterday. I said, "Ma, have you heard what's going on with Tent City? They're kicking these people out within 48 hours because 24 had passed." And she was like, "Oh, well, that's the social worker's job." And I go, "What you mean?" She said,
To place them?
She goes, "People are mad at the wrong people. They need to figure out who are the social workers for the city, the government, and figure out why they're not doing their job."
Okay.
And so I go, "What
Thanks,
you mean?"
Winnie.
And my mom said, "I have not heard about this story." She said, "But I can guarantee the people who are in charge are going to lie for the next couple of days." She's
Yep.
like, they have to save face. They're worried about the media and the spin on it.
Yep.
She was like, however, if you figure out who the social workers are and you try and say, all right, you are a social worker for the government, you are in charge of such and such, what have you put in place? She said, now they're going to put it in place and say, all right, we're social workers for the government, but we reached out to urban ministries. We reached out to these nonprofits who are 501(c)(3)s. This is their job. And we say, have you guys been able to help these people, and they're going to place blame there. But you have to. My mom broke it down. She was like, we really have to figure out who's in charge and what they're doing, because they're going to run out of placing blame, and we're going to realize that everybody's fucking lying.
Yeah.
She didn't say fucking. My mom does not curse.
She said
all.
it.
I said it for her.
Shout out to Winnie. She know her stuff.
She do.
This is interesting that you said that, because the last client I had today was a social worker, and I asked her what is to be done about Tent City, and she said it's kind of a rock and a hard place situation, because coupled with the reason why the Tent City is there is because of the pandemic, and the reason why there's going to be a hard time placing these people from Tent City is because of the pandemic.
Absolutely.
So normally they have a stipend, how much money they get to place a certain amount of people for 2 years. They can assist you for 2 years on where you want to live. So if you're homeless, you're a homeless woman, or you're a homeless family. I think men are their own thing, but if you're a homeless woman, or if you have a family, you can either have your rent covered, or that the city or whoever will pay half of your rent to wherever you find.
Yeah.
The pandemic hit last year. A lot of people were hitting their 2-year mark last year. They were not able to move because they could not find employment or anything else. So that put all those people stuck in place that are still taking up those resources that will be normally rolled over into new people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now all money's exhausted. Of course, affordable housing. There's only so much money. They're like, okay, let's put you in a nice little 2-bedroom something. We're gonna pay half of that, $1,000. Like, nigga, that's you exhausted a quarter of our resources right there. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely. And then it was funny. I was talking to my mom, and I was like, so what's going to happen? And I said, well, I told her, well, they said, this is why I mentioned the number 140. The government or whoever was in charge said, hey, we got 140 rooms. Only 40 people have chosen to use those rooms. The rest are still down there. And I told my mom, I was like, well, Rena said she was watching the news, and they said that they went down there interviewing people. People's like, we've never heard of these people.
Exactly.
And that's when my mom broke it down. She said, oh, they about to lie real good for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
She was like, they about to lie, get rid of those people, lock them up, put them back on the street. And hopefully y'all are not talking about this in a couple of weeks. So Tent City is super sad. It's super sad because I hear about it all the time, because the person I live with talks about it every freaking day. Mind you, shout out to my baby girl. Won't be getting none tonight, but you never know.
You're not even drunk. You're not even drunk.
Oh, he a little tipsy. Here's my thing. I got a comment. So, like, you know how we have... I'm done with the both of y'all. You know how we have all these investors building up these goddamn condos, these apartment buildings, these houses. Like, absolutely. I'm tired of seeing it. Why can't we have good human, like, humble type people to think about others besides their pockets and themselves? They're like, hey, let me do something good for this city. Let me build up like Los Angeles is doing. They got people building up little tiny homes.
That.
The tiny
I posted that. I'm like, Charlotte, can y'all at least do something, like build off of it? You don't have to do exactly, but do something similar to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, have people, or like Los Angeles is doing, they have people that want to if you want to donate, get a group of friends to donate. And I thought about this. I'm gonna hit up my friends. I gotta hit them at the right time, because
first of the month is hard.
Niggas is
hard.
You know
niggas going in.
Like, niggas be going, look at Gavin. Niggas
Second,
be going
third,
through
fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh month of the week.
29th.
But the point is, it's like they're doing something. They're doing something to try to combat the things that's going on.
I'm sorry. I need that.
That's going on in their city. And I just feel like Charlotte needs to do something like similar to that. Like, it don't make no sense how, like, you have all these apartment buildings and condos y'all building up, charging people $400,000, and I ain't even got no backyard. I ain't even got no porch. You charging me $400,000 for a 3? No, I'm pissed off, because they building those condos on South Boulevard by the QT, and they cost minimum $400,000.
Do y'all know those?
That shit is ridiculous to me.
No. I did not say over there. No. Do y'all know those townhouses?
It do.
I know.
It's like garlic. We about to go eat. We about to eat with y'all.
Smell like garlic.
Y'all got dates.
This is how I knew there was a problem. I remember when I first moved to Charlotte, those townhouses across from the diner uptown,
Midnight,
the Midnight Diner. That sign said starting at like 400 or something like that. I swear to God, I circled back a while later. It said starting at 1M.
Yeah.
Hell
I said, oh. And guess what? All of them are occupied.
all of them are occupied.
Who the fuck has
I
that?
always wondered that. I'm
Key.
like, who the fuck? No,
She got a good job.
No, Key. No.
It's you.
Key can barely. Sorry, and I mean, I'm just being vulnerable and
Don't do it.
letting
Don't do
y'all
it.
know.
Don't.
No, Key
Be
can barely
Simone.
pay for this goddamn apartment. This shit is fucking high.
Yeah.
Well, the podcast is making so much money because we have so many people that's here working right now. We have people outside the podcast, people behind the camera.
camera.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out
Jeff, come say hi.
Jeff.
He is so shy, y'all.
My nigga Jeff. Shout out to
Shout
my
out
nigga
to
Jeff. We need
crazy?
new laptops. We need new
I
cameras.
am so done.
Fix
with
your hair.
With
I
the
don't
both.
like that shit. There you go. Right there.
Oh
That
shit, I'm done with the both of them.
I was just trying to give a shout out to y'all.
The more people we have, because when
I'm done
we
with the both
apply
of
for
them.
these loans soon.
Don't listen to either one of them.
So
There's 7 people here minimally.
look, thank
COVID.
you. Ooh.
Anyway, I'm sick of all these investors or whoever's buying these goddamn buildings, building up these apartments, trying to make their money back.
You know
and
who
not
I'm sick
helping
of?
the homeless people. That's fucked up.
It's fucking.
You know who I'm sick of? Aisha motherfucking Curry. Shout out to Aisha.
I don't even know this story. What happened?